Alright, y'all, buckle up because today we're talking about the baddest gem in Stevie Universe, Jasper. She's the queen of war, the ultimate quartz powerhouse, and one of the strongest soldiers Homeworld ever created. But despite her reputation, Jasper's story is a little more complicated than people give her credit for. We're covering everything, where she's from, her battles, her very toxic relationship with fusions, and whether or not she really deserved the fate she got. Let's get into it.
Garnet,
Amethyst,
Pearl, and Steven!
Jasper emerged from the Beta Kindergarten on Earth, a rush project thrown together during the height of the Gem Rebellion. Homeworld was scrambling to pump out some more soldiers, so they carved a kindergarten into a wasteland and hoped for the best. And honestly, the results weren't great. Most of the gyms came out the Beta looking crazy and just straight up defective, but not Jasper. She was an exception. She literally came out perfect. She was big, strong, and ready to fight. Born on Earth, Jasper was created to serve Pink Diamond. She was deeply loyal to Pink and took immense pride in her role as a top tier soldier. Literally, that girl eats, breathes, and shit fighting. That's all she knows. By the time Jasper popped out of the kindergarten, Pink Diamond was already gone. So instead of her serving the diamond she was literally made for, Jasper grew up hearing horror stories about how some so-called traitor rose quartz shattered her before she even got the chance to meet her. Now with Pink Diamond gone, Jasper got fed constant stream of grief, propaganda, and war stories about how rose quartz ruined everything. And Jasper took that seriously. Jasper blamed rose quartz for not having the diamond in the first place and not having a purpose on Homeworld. After the war, Jasper wasn't just some soldier. She was the best warrior Earth ever produced, and being that Pink Diamond was gone, Yellow Diamond decided to take her in. Jasper found a new purpose under Yellow Diamond, who valued strength, loyalty, and brute force, everything Jasper was. She became a high-ranking soldier, still carrying that unshakable grudge against Rose Quartz. In the episode The Return, Yellow Diamond's original mission was pretty simple. Send Peridot and Jasper to Earth to check on the cluster, just another routine job. But Jasper, the second she laid eyes on the crystal gems, the mission took a backseat. The moment Steven used his quartz powers, Jasper's real objective kicked in. She didn't just see some random kid, she saw rose quartz, and to Jasper that meant one thing: revenge. This was no longer about protocol. This was about finishing what she believed Pink Diamond never got the chance to. And for 5,000 years, she carried the weight of the war, the weight of the loss of her diamond, and the burning need to destroy the rebellion. And of course, Jasper, being the soldier that she is, she made it personal. Instead of her handling the cluster situation and heading back like the mission was supposed to be, she went full force, capturing the crystal gems, throwing hands with Garnet, and making it very clear that she wasn't leaving Earth until Rose Quartz or whoever was pretending to be her was taken down for good. Steven. Jasper had opinions about fusion, and none of them were good. Well, at least not at first. She saw it as a crutch, as a cheap tactic used by weaker gems who couldn't fight on their own. She clowned Garnet for relying on it, straight up disrespecting the idea that two gems could willingly fuse as equals. But as we all saw, that mindset didn't last. Because the second Jasper realized she couldn't win, she flipped the script. She forced Lapis into fusion, forming Malachite. And this wasn't some beautiful love bond like Garnet. Jasper thought she was about to use Lapis for power, except Lapis turned their tables real quick. She took the control of the fusion and dragged them both straight to the bottom of the ocean, locking them in a never-ending struggle. By the time Jasper got out, she wasn't the same. She had felt the power of fusion and craved it. She started hunting corrupted gems, forcing herself to fuse with them in the desperate attempt to reclaim that strength. But every time she fused with somebody forcefully, it fell apart. It was toxic, it was unstable. But the final one, that was the one that destroyed her. Jasper's obsession with strength, her need to win, was what ultimately led to her downfall. Desperate for power, she made a fatal mistake. She fused with a corrupted gem. She thought that was going to make her stronger, give her the edge she needed to finally defeat the gems, but instead of becoming unstoppable, she became corrupted. Shorty literally corrupted herself because she just can't take a L. And in that moment, she was at her weakest. She lost herself to the very thing she spent years hunting. Steven definitely tried to save her using his healing powers, but she refused. Her pride was too high, and she just hated him so much. Instead of reaching back, she lashed out, calling him weak, blaming him for everything that had happened to her. And being that she sees Steven as Rose, she was just basically telling him that she usually waits until the last minute to help people, to save them from whatever the hell they're going through. And honestly, we're not about to see her act like she was going to accept this help if he was to offer before the fact. Now the question is, did Jasper deserve her fate? Like, yes, she put herself in that position, but did she deserve it? See, the thing is, Jasper wasn't evil. She wasn't some mastermind trying to take over the earth. She was just doing her job. She was literally made for one purpose and one purpose only, and that was to fight, and she did that well. The problem is that she never gotten a chance to be anything else. Homeworld didn't give her much of a choice. She was born into war, trained to be a soldier, and then left to pick up the pieces of a battle that she fought in, but a battle that was defending somebody that she didn't even meet, technically. Her whole life was spent avenging a diamond she never met, chasing an enemy she never actually knew, and by the time she realized she lost, it was too late. When Steven heals her in Universe Future, she's not physically broken, she's mentally broken, and the saddest part was that she finally accepted Steven as her diamond, but not out of belief and not out of trust, but out of defeat.